see nothing but his head.
Well, you have to get over that little hump, huh?
Oh, he sucked it under.
Yeah, look at him walk.
Oh, he's coming straight to me.
Mountain Man Enterprises presents Live Action, the first video magazine to take you around the world on exciting hunting, fishing, and outdoor adventures. Travel along with some of the biggest names in the outdoors, like co-hosts Dirk Ross and Judd Cooney, as they share their inside secrets and give you an up-close look at some of the most sought-after outdoor hotspots on the map. Plus, you'll meet many of the unknown folks that make our outdoor world truly unique, and learn from 7 continuing columns you won't find anywhere else. This is Live Action. Coming up on the 1995 premiere edition of Live Action, they have more in common than you think. In fact, hunting elk and hunting trophy whitetails is in many ways the same game. The mountain man Dirk Ross will show you some surprising tactics that work great on both animals.
Oh, man, he slammed that. Did you see that? Oh, that's a big fish.
Float down the world-famous San Juan River in New Mexico and set the hook on some fat rainbows. Live Action's Louis Vaughn takes you to some of the river's fly fishing hotspots and shares some secrets. Then, it's a world exclusive that only Live Action can bring you. Travel around the world to the remote wilderness of Siberia. You'll join a group of American hunters as they venture into this rarely seen territory. The Americans learn to hunt for Morel stag and develop a special relationship with their new Russian friends.
Trappers. American.
And hang on tight because you're about to go on a wild Texas hog hunt.
Wild and crazy. Way wild. They're western.
You'll romp through the Texas backcountry hunting something that can hunt you.
Just hunting something that'll get you. It's that rush that you can't get out of anything else.
Live Action, brought to you by Shannon Outdoors, makers of Forest Phantom Camouflage and the famous Bug Tamer suit, and by the Featherflex Company, makers of Featherflex decoys.
White-tailed deer and elk are the 2 animals I love hunting the most. I love watching and studying them, trying to figure out what makes them tick. I professionally guided for elk for 20 years here in Colorado and recently turned the business over to my brother. But I can remember getting calls, hundreds of them, of guys calling up and saying, I've hunted whitetail for 10 to 20 years and I've tagged numerous bucks and I think I figured out what makes the whitetail tick, but I don't know anything about hunting elk. Well, friend, if you've hunted whitetail and you think you've got them figured out, you know more about hunting elk than you thought. Because in many ways, hunting whitetail and elk, well, it's the same game. Now, obviously, elk and deer are different animals. The chief things that separate them are their habitat and size. But take a look at the herd makeup and the stages of the rut. In the pre-rut, both animals run in bachelor groups, and they rub the velvet off in the early fall and polish their antlers. They start sparring to establish who's the boss, and that's the key that both species are ready to mate. Both animals also mark their territory in similar fashions. Elk create wallows, a wet, muddy spot that they leave their scent in. Now, deer mark a scrape in the same way. They both rub the glands in their eyes on trees secreting a hormone. Both check these spots regularly, so they're great spots to set up an ambush. When it comes to bringing the animals into shooting distance, here's some more similarities. Both respond to calling. Elk to bugling, and deer to grunting. Both also respond to the imitation of aggression, the raking and thrashing of trees and antlers. Plus, both are thinking about sex, so imitating the sounds of a cow or doe works the same way. And scents play another same game factor. A buck and a bull both react to the smell of a female in heat. Plus, scents lessen the wariness of both animals. And of course, both animals hate one smell above all else, and that's the smell of a human. So descent well. So if you're an accomplished hunter with one of these animals, use some of these same game tactics and your transition will be a lot easier. It worked for my buddy Fuzzy Zeller. Take a look at fuzzy hunting whitetail in Texas. We spotted these does with a nice buck courting them. Then the buck left. I grunted a couple times and sure enough, the buck came back to defend his territory. On Fuzzy's elk hunt in the Rockies, the same tactics worked again. We stayed with these cows and located this bull, but we spooked him. So I bugled to confuse the bull into thinking we were elk. He stopped, as if to say, "Hey Buster, this is my turf." But probably the most important factor in getting both of these animals is something that's right above us and that we often overlook: the lunar connection. Every animal, especially deer and elk, react and pattern their movement around the cycles of the moon. Moon cycles cause variation in movement and feeding from day to day. Now, figuring out how exactly these cycles change and when is difficult. But I have found this amazing little gadget, the pulley wheel, that has it down to a simple science. Simply dial in the date that you want to hunt. I'm going to say I want to hunt September 10th. I've got the dates lined up. I move the arrow to the 10th of September. That gives me my hot times right there. You can tell 8:30 at night to 11:30 at night and 9:30 to 11:30 in the middle of the day. Fuzzy got his buck at 10:30, right when the pulley wheel said he would. In hunting whitetail and elk, I found the moon to be a huge factor, and I found the pulley wheel to be accurate on countless hunts. And I don't go hunting anywhere without it now. So, I hope you can see the importance of using the moon and understanding the similarities between whitetails and elk. Whether you're hunting one or the other, you're playing the same game.
Elk and Deer Hunters Live Action has the ultimate package deal for you. Specialized elk and deer video packs from Mountain Man Enterprises. Your deer pack includes more of Dirk Ross's field techniques in a full-length troubleshooter's guide video. This tape is packed with serious hunting tactics as 7 trophies are bagged. Plus, with your video, get the amazing new 5-in-1 complete deer call free. From an aggressive grunt to a doe ball, this call does it all, and it's yours free with the deer video pack. Elk hunters, your pack includes a full-length elk hunting tactics video. The Mountain Man shows you how to think like an elk. Plus, you get a free elk call, free hunting pocketbook, and free scent elimination wipes. Each pack is a $35 value, your price under $16. Call today and order your elk or deer video pack. Call 800-765-0253. Now, Live Action brings you Preserve, a continuing column devoted to the people and organizations who preserve and protect our wildlands and wildlife. You've seen the magazines, you know they raise money, but do you really know how conservation and preservation organizations work? This Preserve column is designed to give you a better understanding and show you the latest field techniques these groups are using. The leading conservation group for wetlands and waterfowl in the United States is Ducks Unlimited. Ducks Unlimited is made up of 553,000 members across the United States. Funds raised go directly to projects that are helping to maintain waterfowl populations. Ducks Unlimited has conserved nearly 7 million acres of habitat across the North American continent. Ducks Unlimited also publishes a magazine giving its members current waterfowl hunting information and updates on current projects. Ducks Unlimited is an important organization that you can become involved in. For information on becoming a member, write to Ducks Unlimited, 1 Waterfowl Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38120. Now, Live Action brings you Survival Tips with the Mountain Man Dirk Ross. Learn some helpful ideas that could save your life in the wilderness.
Hello, folks. When going to the outdoors, there's something that a lot of us overlook, and that's going prepared. Now, I had to learn the hard way. Now, I carry a little kit with me, a fanny pack that any of us can take with us. I always have a first aid kit. I want to show you some of the things that I have in here, but they're going to be too many for you to remember, so look for your complete list of what I pack with me in your Live Action video. Now, I always take a flashlight, spare batteries, and your lighters, extra food stuff. Important ingredient that people overlook, space blanket. Always take a space blanket with you. They're compact, they're small, they're cheap, but they really can help you stay warm if you have to spend the night out. They'll retain 80 to 90% of your body heat. You can turn it into a serape or like a shirt. You can wrap up in it. You can make a shelter out of it. Get a space blanket. Water. Always pack water. We can live without food, but we have to have water. TP, extra flashlights again. You'll be surprised what you can carry in a pack like this, and it doesn't weigh anything at all. They'll normally weigh 5 to 7 pounds. So next time you go to the woods, go prepared, because it could be worth your life.
Live Action Survival Tips are brought to you by the Safe Sport Company, makers of fine outdoor and camping products. If you're serious about survival and going into the woods prepared, Live Action has the ultimate package deal for you, the Mountain Man Survival Pack. This kit includes a full-length video with many more of Dirk Ross's proven survival tactics. Plus, you get a free compact survival handbook and a free emergency space blanket. Learn step-by-step what to pack with you, how to use what Mother Nature provides, simple shelter and first aid tips, plus much more. Order today for only $15.96. Call 1-800-765-0253. Beneath the rocky cliffs of northern New Mexico, below Navajo Dam, flows one of the crown jewels of western trout fly fishing, the San Juan River, cold, picturesque, and packed full of these big guys.
Big to the girth, Andy. Look at the girth on that dude.
That's a good fish. Well, we've had some real good days. You know, I had guys catch 100 fish a day. Not too many of them, but a few. Just days where you can't do anything wrong, you know, just everything goes right. Let's go ahead and ease on down there, I guess.
That's where Live Action teamed up with our Fishing Tips co-host, professional guide Louis Vaughn, and fishing buddy Rick Hooley for a day out on the drift boat.
We've got high water. It's a little bit off color. We've got the famous San Juan worm and a little red annelid, little red midge larva. I'm fishing about a 10-foot leader, and we're probably fishing about maybe 7 or 8 feet of water.
So we're down there on the bottom. On this river, if you want to catch the bigger fish, usually you've got to get on the bottom. You want to try to get as natural a drift as you can possibly get. That's the main thing here. That's more important than what flies you use. They've got so much food here that they know if your fly's dragging or swinging that it's not natural, and they will not touch it. Oh man, he slammed that. Did you see that? Oh, that's a big fish. Man, he slammed that thing. Oh, that's a nice fish. Did you see how hard he hit that thing? Man, he hit it like a freight train. Oh, he's not quite ready yet, Rick. Oh, good job. All right, nice fish. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Took the worm. All right. That's a good, healthy San Juan fish there. What we got here is a real small spot. It may be maybe 20 feet long and maybe looks like about 8 or 10 feet wide. There's a fish. Oh, good fish, good fish. Oh, look at him tail walk. Oh man, this is great. Oh, I didn't think I could get his head up enough. Oh, that's a good fat fish. All right, boy, he's a chunk. Good fish. Put on a show for us.
What did he eat? He ate San Juan worm.
Took the worm.
The San Juan is famous for quick spurts of a lot of fish, and Louis says the key is watching that strike indicator for the slightest twitch.
Come on, fish. There he is. There's a little fish. All right. Oh, a good jump. He was 2 feet out of the water. Nice little fish. Took the annelid. He hit that like he weighed 2 or 3 pounds, didn't he?
Bigger. He took that bottom fly.
Yeah.
First one we've had on that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him up there. There, we got him. Boy, he's a fat little rascal. All right.
Rainbow.
All right, we're gonna hop out here and fish, cut off the edge of this grass.
Finally, Rick Hooley couldn't take it anymore. He had to get out and wade and try to catch one along a steep shoreline drop-off.
Come on, come on. There he is. Good one.
Oh, nice
Good one.
fish. Nice fish.
Good one. All right, got him on the reel.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Beautiful fish. God, these fish are in good shape. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm having fun. Now.
Beautiful fish. Good color, good clean.
That's why this river's famous right there.
Even a bad day's a good day here.
Louis Vaughn runs a complete outfitting service on the San Juan River and operates the Sportsman Inn, restaurant, lounge, fly shop, and campground. For more information on guided trips, telephone 505-632-3271. Nobody takes you in the field, on the water, and up close like Live Action. Live Action is soon becoming the video magazine among serious outdoorsmen. Make sure you or the sportsman in your life don't miss an issue you'll hear about later. Right now, Live Action has an unbelievable offer. Future issues of Live Action for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Or call now and save 50% on a full year of Live Action. 4 videos for only $29.95, and you pay nothing for shipping. With most outdoor videos selling for more than $20 each, this offer is too good to pass up. Order your Live Action subscription today. Call toll-free 800-765-0253. Live Action, the new standard in visual outdoor excellence. Now, Live Action brings you fishing tips with professional guide Louis Vaughn. Learn some inside secrets that you can really use for a variety of fishing styles.
Hi folks, I'm Louis Vaughn with the Live Action Fishing Tip. What we're going to try to cover is fishing high, off-colored water. We're here on the San Juan River in New Mexico. This should be a prime example. As you can see out here in the main channel, we've got real high flows, and you can see the current breaks along the edges. That's what we're going to try to show you. I think we've got a good spot down below here. We might be able to go, maybe catch a fish, and try to show you and help you out a little bit. Okay folks, I think this is kind of what we're looking for here. This is a good spot, a prime example of it. We've got the main channel out here, got a little island up here that's breaking the current off, got a couple little current seams, a little back pocket here from the rest in. I think maybe if we ease out there, we might be able to catch a fish. The fish have to have the fast water to bring them food, and they know that, but they still like these edges like this because they can get out of that fast water and just kind of go back and forth from edge to edge and still get their food and still have that slow water to take it easy in. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Little guy. You can see he was right on the edge of the current break there, right where he was supposed to be. He was right here on the edge out of the fast water. So you can see that high water can be tough, but you can sure catch some fish.
Now, Live Action brings you real shots, real-life hunting and fishing success stories sent in from people all across the country. Congratulations to Raymond Dockham of Houston, Texas. Raymond bagged this nice 8-point whitetail deer near San Antonio. It was Raymond's first deer on an archery hunt. He had to find it in the dark, but Raymond got his buck. Congratulations to Buck Ward of Dolores, Colorado. Buck landed this 80-pound king salmon in the Gulf of Alaska. This was the biggest of 3 fish on the trip. 2 others were in the 60-pound range. Way to go, Buck. That's a monster. And congratulations to Lou Blois from Corning, New York. Lou got this trophy-class mule deer in southern Colorado. This was Lou's biggest buck to date, and he says the key was being persistent.
Came back this year, and I got him this time. This is a nice buck.
And finally, congratulations to Holly Lovell of Winnipeg, Canada. Holly bagged this record-class Corsican ram in southwest Texas. She stalked in on the ram with a bow and got off a perfect shot. Way to go, Holly. Make sure everyone sees your trophy right here on Live Action Reel Shots. Send in your videotaped success story today, and you could be in the next edition. Send a VHS tape and written description to Live Action Reel Shots, 1946 County Road 333, Ignacio, Colorado, 81137. In the fall of 1992, 6 Americans began a historic journey into one of the most remote areas of the Asian continent, the Siberian wilderness. Dirk Ross, his father John Ross, companions Jake Billingsley and John Blois, and 2 others made up the team of Americans. The group's mission? To venture deep into the mountains, learning more about this rarely seen territory, its unique culture of professional woodsmen, and the art of hunting the Russian elk, Morel stag.
Right from the airport, we're going over the maps. Then we finally got the drift of it. From that point, we were getting split up, scattered out 1,000 miles.
Dirk's father, John, and his companion took off in one helicopter. Meanwhile, Dirk and Jake met their guide and so-called interpreter, Dima, and were driven 5 hours across town to a separate helicopter.
River.
Нет, вот на boat river. Ну, как ему объяснить-то, блядь? Что такое был? Лодка.
He could speak 20 words or so. I mean, he knew a few words of English that he had read out of that little dictionary deal he had. But when you put it in a sentence, He couldn't understand it.
Джем.
Jim.
Ну или можно говорить джем, можно говорить варенье, это поймем.
Oh, okay.
So armed with only dictionaries and determination, the group then loaded into their own chopper that looked something like a familiar animal in America.
It looked like it shouldn't even be running, and that's when I nicknamed it the Russian Mule. We headed up to camp, and as near as we could figure, we were about 250 miles from the nearest road when we got to where they said the camp there. We'd been going over beautiful wilderness for about an hour and a half.
After landing near the southern end of Lake Bayakill, Dirk and Jake met their second guide, Toli. Base camp was a handmade, moss-insulated cabin where the caveman-style communication began.
Да. Hard work.
Много работать. Горбяку заработаешь.
We'd have to build the story with our hands, our acting, with our feet, with drawings on the ground. It just went on and on.
Yeah.
Первый сорт.
Right. Short.
По цвету различается. Цвет.
For Toli and Dima, life revolved around hunting this rugged land. They took Dirk and Jake out to hunt the Siberian Morel stag, similar to the American elk. The sharing continued as Toli showed off his handmade elk bugle. And Dirk showed Toli something brand new, a bow and arrow.
They had never seen a bow before. None of them had ever played with or seen one. Stump. Oh! Dima! Good!
On the hunt, Toli and Dima were able to locate a bull, but they then discovered another first as Dirk called the bull in within 100 yards using a female cow elk call.
Потом мы потом и кричать положил я, уже ты кричал. И мы уже не кричали. Потом.
Until then, the Russians never knew that female elk made sounds.
Yeah.
Толя.
Good.
Потом.
Now, once the Morel stag stopped, remember when he stopped?
Yeah.
And Toli stopped. Stopped and Toli stopped. Good. They were so excited. They were like little kids. The fact that they had heard them cows talk.
After 2 weeks of hunting, fishing, and living with Toli and Dima, Dirk and Jake took home much more than just a tour of this land. They learned you can be in the middle of nowhere, not even speak the same language, and become great friends.
It tore at your heartstrings when we had to part, because we felt like brothers. We really did.
There's much more to the Great Russian Adventure than what you just saw, and Live Action has it all on tape and ready for you to take home in the full-length Great Russian Adventure documentary. You'll see all the scenes unfold in this monumental journey that only Live Action can bring you. Discover more about the fascinating Siberian people and their culture. Plus, you won't believe some of the surprising twists and turns the Americans had to go through to even get their wilderness adventure started.
There are two institutes.
We just had the darndest ride you've ever seen in your life.
Wow.
From being mistaken as John Wayne in Red Square to finding out their interpreter speaks about 2 words of English.
Lancia?
Jim.
Jim.
Ну или можно говорить джем, можно говорить варенье, это поймем.
Oh, okay.
Чай.
Чай?
Чай.
Чай.
Chai.
Чай. А чё, на бензине?
Yeah. Chainsaw. Chainsaw.
Plus, see more of Dirk and Jake's adventures in the Siberian wilderness and discover what it was like for John Ross and his companion as they learned what the Russians used for a 4x4 hunting rig. The Great Russian Adventure, a live-action exclusive your family must see. Order today for just $14.95. Call 800-765-0253. Live Action, brought to you by Buckwing Products, makers of the famous umbrella blind, and by the Poley Wheel, your compass for the moon. Now, Live Action brings you outdoor eating and exercise with Dr. Tom Jones. Tips on how to stay healthy and in shape no matter what your outdoor specialty is.
Hi folks, I'm Dr. Tom Jones. I'm an avid outdoorsman, sportsman, hunter, have been for a number of years, and I'd like to share with you today some tips that on conditioning that might make your outdoor experiences a lot more pleasant and certainly more enjoyable. And if you will, I'll show you a couple of tips and things that you could possibly do in the mornings before you get out of bed. These are just little things that we find that your abdominal muscles many times will save you a lot of back strain and a lot of discomfort there. What I like to do is when I first get up in the mornings, possibly you do what I call a belly crunch. It's not a difficult thing to do. If you put your hands down here, it's a little more difficult, but this is just bringing your abdomen up. The stronger you get, the more you'll be able to bring her up. And if you can get a hold, whatever, and hold it to a count of 4, 5, 6, whatever makes you feel good. Another nice one that's simple to do is simply raise your heels off the bed, hold them for a count of 10, 5, 4, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Separate, bring them back down, and again. And you can do these as many times as you like. It's easy on the back. It won't cause a great deal of discomfort as far as your back's concerned with a lot of sit-ups and this sort of thing. And you can go slow and get yourself in better shape. Hopefully enjoy your hunt more.
Now, Live Action brings you the new product shopping column. Find out how all those new outdoor gadgets and clothing products really work. Here's Dirk Ross and Judd Cooney.
Hello folks. Being quiet in the woods is extremely important, especially when we're trying to stalk one of them wild animals. Now the main area of our body that generates noise when we're moving through the woods is from the knee down to the ankle. Now there's a new product on the market called Stalker leggings that are made out of man-made acrylic fur that will help you be quiet in the woods. Here, let me show you how it works. When you brush up against limbs and brush like this, there's virtually no noise. Unlike using nylon-type gaiters that make a lot of noise. There's a big difference there. These also don't sweat. You won't get a soaking, dripping leg there, and they're great to put scent on, so that you'll leave the kind of scent in the woods that you want to and not human scent. Another new product that's great to go along with the Stalker leggings are the cat feet, named after the master of stealth, the cat. Now these cat feet are made out of the same acrylic fur that's soft and quiet. They're great for the final approach to your stand or the final approach on your stalk. Now let me show you the difference. I'm going to walk one foot without the cat foot and the other one with one on, and you listen for yourself. So put some cat feet over your boots and become silent.
Hi folks, I'm Judd Cooney, and we're going to talk a little bit about decoys. I've used decoys for a number of years, both in hunting and photography, for different birds and animals. And one of the main things that a decoy has to be is portable. You have to be able to have it with you at the right time in the right place. It can make the difference between success or failure. I've used Featherflex decoys for a number of years now and really like them because they're flexible, you can carry them with you, they're tough, they'll take a beating, and they produce. They're realistic. This particular turkey I had on a turkey hunt this spring, called a gobbler in, and shot a nice gobbler and even put a few BBs in my decoy, but it didn't make any difference. And I'm sure that this decoy is going to be with me when I take a few more gobblers in the future.
There's a new brand of camo out there that I've found that works really great under a variety of conditions. I've got it on right now, and it's called Forest Phantom Camo. Forest Phantom is made by Shannon Outdoors. Now, the unique part about this camo is it incorporates large and small patterns for maximum concealment at close and at long ranges. You just disappear. Another thing I like about this camo is the soft material that it's made out of. And when you brush up against things in the woods like that, you remain really quiet. In any sport, you want to practice under the most realistic conditions possible. And that especially holds true for us as hunters. Now, there's a new type of target on the market now that simulates this particular species that you would like to hunt. Now, this is a turkey target that's made by Spencer Target Company. Now, they're really effective and they're inexpensive compared to 3D targets, and they give you the same results. Setting up these targets is easy. You just pop the stakes in the target, pop it in the ground, and it's up. A visual representation of the animal that we're going to hunt in color is really important because it shows you the body markings and lets you know where to aim and shoot. These targets are really easy to position in the woods, and they're just as realistic as 3D targets for a fraction of the cost. Another new product out there that not that many hunters know about is the compact umbrella blind. Now, this umbrella blind keeps hunters dry and hidden. The Porter Roof umbrella blind from Buckwing Products attaches to any tree and lets the rain drip around you. Made from sturdy water-resistant nylon, the umbrella blind works great by itself, and with optional netting makes a quick and effective ground blind. Never get soaked again, and stay hidden with the umbrella blind from Buckwing Products. And finally, there's another new product on the market called the pulley wheel. Now, the pulley wheel unravels the mystery of the moon cycles for hunting and fishing. Simply dial in the date that you want to hunt, and the pulley wheel will show you the peak movement and feeding times for animals and fish. And like a lot of you, I'm really skeptical on how well a product works until I personally use it. Well, I've found the pulley wheel to be accurate on countless hunts for me, and I guess results is what really tells the story. These animals that you're seeing are all taken from the results of using the techniques in the pulley wheel.
For more information on any products you've seen on Live Action, you can call the Live Action New Product Hotline during regular business hours at 1-800-765-0253. Deep in the hills of the Texas backcountry, there's a fever that's felt under the paws of dogs and in the hearts of hungry hunters called hog mania.
He's going to give you what you're looking for, in that rush.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you don't normally see something that eats anything that it comes in contact with.
Wild and crazy. Way wild. They're western. They are cowboyed up.
Hog Mania is famous at the Rio Bonito Ranch in southwest Texas. That's where Live Action teamed up with Dan Hendricks of the North American Bowhunter TV show. We joined Dan on a Texas-style hog hunt where the dogs sniff out and find your hog. Something new for Dan.
Here, I haven't done it before, and they say the hair will stand up on the back of my neck, so.
They're going after that.
Come on. There they go. I just hope that I get it before it gets me.
Our team of dogs worked an area where our guides knew hogs had been frequenting. Meanwhile, Dan got some advice.
When we come up on one, it's going to be a race.
Within about 10 minutes, our dogs picked up a scent and began to separate. When we caught up to them, the dogs had a hog cornered and the chase was on. The dogs chased the hog almost a mile, clear back to where our vehicles were parked before we could catch up.
Come on, come on, come on.
Dan tried to move in for a shot, but the hog took cover in some thick cedar trees. Dan worked his way in and was almost ready for a shot, but the hog decided this chase wasn't over yet. The dogs finally pinned the hog against a truck, and that's where Dan finally got his shot. And his first taste of hog mania.
It was wild. It was wild. I don't know who's wilder, the dogs or the hog.
Now, Live Action brings you shooting and hunting tips with experienced marksmen and hunters Dirk Ross and Judd Cooney.
Hi folks, today's hunting tips is getting into action fast. Whether we're stalking through the woods like I am, or we're going to our bear stand or our deer stand, getting into action fast is important. The first thing is packing your weapon. Now I shoot with this hand. Why the heck would I pack it in this hand over here? I got to move it all the way over here, then knock it and shoot it. Whether it's a gun or a bow, it's still the same thing. It's awkward. So pack it in the hand that you're going to use. It's an important tip, and it can make a big difference in the outcome of your hunt. The other thing is stance, shooting stance. Now, if I hear something over there, my normal tendency is to move over there and look at it. Well, this greatly reduces my range of shooting because I can shoot right there, but I can't spin back around and take into any of this here. So what I practice doing is I like to, when I stop and I suspect anything, I set up in what I call the point stance. I point my shoulder right down the middle. That way I can shoot this way or I can shoot that way. And I'm always ready. Whenever there's something there, I have the bow like this. I don't want it down here like this, or I got to pull it up like that. Bow or gun, same difference. I carry it ready like this when I'm ready. And then I can just pull and swing. Another thing to remember though, practice under these kind of conditions. If you don't practice under these kind of conditions, it'll mess you up when you get into the real thing. I hope these tips will help you out. Until next time, good hunting.
Hi, I'm Judd Cooney, bringing you some live action hunting tips to make you a better hunter in the field. One of the things we do is spend a lot of time sighting our rifle in, tuning the rifle ammunition combination, but we don't spend enough time practicing under actual hunting conditions. Being aware of what's actually out there in the field. This is very important because that's where the game animals live. The fact that you may have to take a shot off of one knee or lean against a tree. I never recommend a man take an offhand shot when he can take a few steps, lean against a tree, and get a good steady rest. That's going to make you a lot more accurate shooter, and it's going to make a lot of difference in the end result of your hunt. Get used to shooting off of a knee, but be aware of your surroundings. Don't drop down to one knee in waist-high bushes and all of a sudden find out you're buried up to your eyes in bushes and can't shoot. Practice in the woods, walking through the woods with a rifle, just on your hikes, getting in shape for your hunt. Nothing can be better for your hunt than getting out in the woods and actually practicing right there where you're going to hunt.
Live action shooting and hunting tips are brought to you by the Spence's Target Company.
I think I got him.
Coming up on the next Live Action Dive In, find where they're lurking, and get ready to lasso onto some wild Texas black bass.
Oh, right there, he nailed it. Come on, brother.
Oh, good.
Oh, look at that.
It's serious surface action, and you'll only find it right here on Live Action. Plus, charter out for some great saltwater action off the Florida coast and see a profile on one of the most famous turkey hunters in the world. Live Action goes on the hunt with Dwayne Bland. Plus much more, all on the next Live Action. Nobody takes you in the field, on the water, and up close like Live Action. Live Action is soon becoming the video magazine among serious outdoorsmen. Make sure you or the sportsman in your life don't miss an issue that you'll hear about later. Right now, Live Action has an unbelievable offer. Future issues for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Or call now and save 50% on a full year of Live Action. 4 videos for only $29.95, and you pay nothing for shipping. With most outdoor videos selling for more than $20 each, this offer is too good to pass up. Order your Live Action subscription today. Call toll-free 800-765-0253. Live Action, the new standard in visual outdoor excellence.